Okay guys, this is Tasin here. So in this video, I will be talking about referrals, right? How do job referrals work, and does it even make sense to ask somebody for a referral? So I will start with my story. How exactly, if you look through my LinkedIn, how exactly did I get those work experiences? Being a foreigner in a different land, not speaking the language, how exactly did I manage to get all those positions? So, yeah, first things first, let me tell you a little bit about my career. So, I studied computer science back in India, and I was working for a company called Tata Consultancy Services back in India. And I worked there for about a year and a half. So, basically, the first project that I was staffed in was a telecommunications client based in Denmark. It's a pretty big telecommunications company in Denmark. Now, what I would do at that time, sitting in India, I would learn some Danish, okay? Because, yeah, I had nothing better to do. So I would do my coding and stuff, and I would learn some Danish. And we had this one channel, right? The Teams channel back in the day, where basically these Danish people, they would talk about their, festivals. And yeah, it was something that was uninteresting for the Indian people, the engineers, but I took interest in that, and I joined the group. And then yeah, I would basically read and sort of use the translator to read what exactly they were talking about, and that was that. And then basically what happened was, yeah, that was it. And I made a few connections there. So basically I added a few people there on LinkedIn, and yeah, they were just in touch with me. And then, long story short, basically that was the end. And yeah, I moved to Germany, and then I started learning German, and I started studying computer science again here in Germany at RWTH Aachen. Now, mind you, why am I telling you such a long story? Just bear with me, everything will connect. So, when I came to Germany, okay, I was looking for a job because I needed money, yeah, to financially support myself. And my German skills at that time was not very good either. And so I thought, what exactly should I be doing? I did not have the luxury to look for, the jobs that I wanted to do. So what I did was, I created like a CV where I wrote about my software engineering experience back in India for that telecommunications client. And yeah, I was just basically, posting it on LinkedIn, and applying to career pages of companies, and used Stepstone, Indeed, and all that, But then none of it was working. I was looking for a job for almost 3 months then, and yeah, nothing seemed to work. So what I did was, we had this basically in the university that I studied in, RWTH Aachen University. We had like a housing um, page on Facebook. So it was like a dormitory page, and everybody from the dormitory, basically, they would inform other people about they were vacating and they were selling these things and things like that. So they had that kind of a page, and I was getting pretty frustrated at that point. So I just posted my CV. One night I was just sitting, and I just posted my CV on Facebook on that page. I don't know why I did it, but yeah, I did it. And then nothing happened. Yeah, a week passed by. I was still looking for a job, applying everywhere, asking everybody, and then also improving my German skills, because yeah, some people, they told me that German is the problem. Once you know German, you will get jobs. So like, yeah, fine, okay. Now, 1 week passes by, and then what happens is I get a phone call. Mind you, I had put like a phone number on my CV as well. So I get a phone call, And if I remember, there was this Kaufland. Yeah, Kaufland is like a place where you buy groceries. So I was basically, buying groceries, and I get this phone call. So I pick it up. It's a German number, and I was like, "Hello." And then the other side, somebody started speaking in German, like fluent German, and being only 3 months in Germany, not knowing a lot of German, I was like, "Yeah." Uh, so this person, he talks, and I could understand what he was talking about. So he was like, basically, I saw your CV, and I would like to invite you for an interview. So I was like, okay, yeah, why not? When somebody's thirsty and somebody offers you a glass of water, wouldn't you take it? So I was like, I I'm ready for the interview. When and what? So he was like, he said again something in German, and it was fast. And mind you, I was outside, so I couldn't even concentrate. So I was like, können Sie bitte mir auf E-Mail schreiben? Yeah, back in the day, I spoke slow, and then I was like, yeah, fine. So that was that. And then I came back home, and I believe it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday. So yeah, I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, and then I get nothing. So I'm waiting, Thursday, Friday, and then I was like, did I hear something wrong? Was the person asking me if I should propose a date, and I didn't? So I was getting overwhelmed. So yeah, it was Friday, and then it was Saturday and Sunday, and I was like, man, I just missed this one offer that I got. And then it was Monday, and nothing happened again. And then Monday night at around 11 p.m., I get this email. Mind you, in Germany, everything, a lot of people, they work early mornings. So all the emails were probably would, end, would come in if they had to by the end of the day for, let's say 4 or 5 p.m. maximum. And then nothing happened on Monday. So I was, and mind you, all this time I was checking my spam folder, and my Facebook Messenger, my message requests, everything that probably, somebody must have messaged me there, my SMS as well. Can you imagine? I checked my SMS, but then nothing happened. So yeah, Monday night at around 11 p.m., I get a notification on my mobile phone, and I was like, okay. I ran to my mobile phone, and I see that I get an email, and it says Bewerbung something. So it means like interview, application, something. So I was like, yeah, this is my thing. So I clicked on it, and then I read the email. So there was this person. Basically, he wrote out the email, and he told me that he got my CV from Facebook Messenger, and that basically he told me that he is also an alumni of RWTH Aachen. So basically he studied like 12 years back, and he stayed in the same dormitory where I was staying. But he didn't basically leave the Facebook page. And basically he saw that CV, and he told me to come for an interview. So I was like excited. I guess the interview was scheduled in a few days. And then I basically go into the interview, and then I was kind of pretty formal, yeah, because I was expecting this some person to interview me, but this person was like, um, hey, nice to meet you, do you still stay in the dormitory, can you show me the room? And he was pretty nostalgic. He was talking about, there was this playground nearby, and he was talking about how he would sit there with his friends all the time and have a beer and a good time. And I believe this person was around his mid 30s or probably 40s. He was not too old, obviously, but he was not too young either. Basically, he told me that he had a startup, right? He worked in the corporate for some time, and then he started a startup. And the only reason he told me that he invited me for that interview was because in my CV, I had mentioned like I did programming, this and that, and I mentioned this one company, mind you, the telecommunication company that I was working for, sitting in India. That was like the Denmark-based company. And basically, he told me that this company, now, yeah, this telecommunication company, it had split into two. Yeah, back in the day, it had split into two companies, and one of these companies, basically, so this person, his startup, had acquired this contract to basically work with this one section of the other company. And yeah, that is why he invited me, because he thought that he could sell my skills as a consultant to this other company. And he just wanted to test me out. He told me that they did not have a lot of budget, obviously, to hire a full-time employee, because they were bootstrapping and the startup was pretty new. And so he thought that yeah, he would give me a chance as a working student and probably just test me out. So yeah, why am I telling you all of this? So it's interesting because this is how I got my first job, right? A lot of times we are looking at conventional places, for example, the career pages. We are asking people on LinkedIn and job portals, and we ignore these, other places where you can basically get some connection. See, it was pure luck. It probably was, yeah. It doesn't happen like that, but it doesn't hurt to just, look at unconventional places. And mind you, a lot of time recruiters have told me it is this one thing in your CV for which the recruiters might just pick your CV and put it on the table of the hiring manager, right? So don't be afraid to name drop all the places you've worked for, yeah, some interesting places that you've worked for, and probably ask your alumni, the dormitory where you stayed in, um, the closest people that you've worked with. It doesn't hurt to ask them, because as somebody says, until you ask, the answer is always no. So yeah, this was the first startup that I worked for in Germany. And yeah, actually, I didn't even put that on my LinkedIn. I've removed it. And then I started working for a second startup in Germany, yeah, which was a longer assignment. If you want to hear about my experience, how exactly I got this other job, and then the next one, without any gap. And it's all very interesting because it was only this one time that I applied through the job portal and I got the job, but these other jobs were all like coincidences, referrals. But it wasn't like, I made cold calls, I asked people for referrals. But yeah, if you do find this video interesting and you would want to know more about my other jobs, how I exactly found the other internships and working student jobs, then yeah, please comment down below in the video, and I will make a second part. Thank you so much for your time, and if you have come, all through this video towards the end, thank you so much. And please like the channel, subscribe. That will motivate me to help you. Yeah, giving these bits and pieces might help you in your career as well. So yeah, please stay connected in this community. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for your time, and bye. Have a nice day.